we want to be sure that you know about the free seminar that's coming up May 23rd. That Dana's husband, Dr. Moore, will be the guest speaker and be presenting from noon until 1 over at ASU Mountain Home at the Veda Shed in the Trout Room.
I believe so.
I think it's in the Trout Room. And there will be hors d'oeuvres provided by El Chico. We got to get the important stuff out. Okay. It's free and there's food.
It's free and food, yes, and good information.
And most of all, great information about the anterior approach to having hip replacement. And so there's also going to be a panel of former patients that can explain or answer any questions. You know, we've found that to be just the most effective thing to do, whether it's heart surgery with our Mended Hearts program prior to someone having any kind of heart surgery. They can talk with patients who've already gone through it, who've experienced it, that can give them maybe some tips.
Right.
Here's what worked for me,
right.
And give them support and encouragement.
Yeah, that's our hope, just a first-hand experience or account. And, you know, sometimes people are more comfortable asking other, you know, patients or whatever kind of how their experience was instead of maybe asking the physician. So I think it'll be a good opportunity to maybe set aside some fears they may have.
Sure. Alleviate all those fears that are probably very unfounded. I know that prior to surgery with the Joint Club, why don't you talk a little bit about that, Mike? You're so much involved with that.
The Joint Club is something that we instituted, I won't say back in, it was late 2009. For those who are coming in for total joint, hip or knee replacements. It's a way they can come in and speak to our nurses and physical therapists directly. We go through, it is a canned, if you will, presentation already, you know, it's already made up. And it's about a 45 minute long presentation. People ask questions during it. Sometimes it takes a little longer. It just depends on the questions and how many people attend. But it gives people a very real sense of what the surgery entails, and more importantly, I think how their home should be prepared for them going back home. You know, we don't think a lot of times about the rug in the hallway when you come in, or the welcome mat on the front porch or stoop, if you will, cords that might be, you know, running across the living room or whatever. All those little things, a fringe on the carpet, all these sorts of things, maybe transitions from wood to tile, little things you really don't think about that are critically important. The last thing we want somebody to do is be 2 or 3 or 4 days post-op and slip and fall.
Sure.
That's a concern of ours. But it steps through that. People always want to know, does it hurt? You know, is it painful?
And I would imagine that's the most frequent. That would be my first question.
Well, that's their fear, is that it's going to be just, you know, they're living with pain every day, but they're, you know, scared of the unknown.
And I think you ladies came up with a great point earlier, and something I want to talk about for just a second. I've been doing this almost 4 years. I have not met anybody yet who said, you know, I just wish I'd have waited another year or two. I have not met the person yet who, everybody says, you know what, it's a major surgery, it's a major procedure. Just not met anybody who said they wish they'd have waited. I've not met that person yet, and I might tomorrow. I've just not yet.
No, I would strongly doubt that happens.
And the way, you know, I know Dr. Moore is very conservative. And I think it's very important people understand when you go to an orthopedic surgeon, most often they're going to try all of there's so many non-invasive procedures. Physical therapy can help a lot. They can do things to strengthen the muscle around that joint to alleviate some of the stress on the joint. So there are a lot of things they can do. If you go into them, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dana, but if you go into an orthopedic surgeon and you've been just toughing it out and gritting your teeth for years and years and years, and there's nothing more that can be done, obviously they're gonna it's going to be an invasive procedure. But most often people are uncomfortable and don't want to live with the pain, so they go see their primary care physician or an orthopedic surgeon immediately. So there are things they can do for quite a substantial amount of time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Therapy, as you mentioned, just the arthritis medicines. It's amazing to me how many people come in complaining what pain they're in, and our first question is, have you tried any arthritis medicine? And they're, no, I don't want to take medicine. Well, maybe you should try it.
Yeah.
You know, you may get a little
medicine,
right. Well,
pain,
I mean, it's not a narcotic. It's not
Right.
anything to really fear unless you have. There are contraindications to any medicine, but there are just simple steps to try. There are injections. There are, like I said, the therapy. The thing you want to not do is stop moving. You don't want to stop moving.
Right. Right.
So,
it's just going to aggravate it, I'm
exactly.
sure, and
well, you get
become
stiff
worse.
and
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you for explaining that, because I think Joint Club is something that I always want to be sure that people are aware. I mean, there's so many facets to preparing for surgery that are available at the hospital, through the hospital, so
Right.
that are just great programs.
Right.
But talks a little bit more. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I was going to say one last thing on the Joint Club. It happens often where people go through the class together and they find themselves, as timing would happen, they find themselves post-op together in the gym. Up on we have on 5 South, we have a dedicated nursing floor for orthopedics. So they'll find themselves in the gym together and remember each other from class, and they kind of push each other. And we were talking about that offline a moment ago, how people can push you when you're working out.
Yes.
And
Little competition there.
and Joe might say, "Well, Mary did 3 of those. Well, I can do 4 of those."
Yeah.
And then Mary says, "Well, I'll do another one." So and that happens quite often. They play off each other and in a good-natured way, help each other, and also sometimes you may have a bad day. And often somebody from the class or somebody will come over and kind of help them or share their perspective. And it is a little camaraderie. People that go through these procedures immediately post-op feel very close to other people going through the same procedure, I think.
Yep. And I love that support group.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's automatically created in many cases.
Because, we alluded to it a moment ago, it is a major surgery. It's not to be taken lightly.
Right.
It's not something you should just, well, I'm going to have a total joint and I have a friend who had one, I'm just going to have one done. You definitely need some consultation. You need to speak to professionals and make sure it's the right decision for you at the time.
The home has to be
Absolutely.
ready,
There are many steps.
Sure.
And
people always ask me, well, how long am I going to be in the hospital? I said, well, that depends. How many steps do you have in your home? Do you have someone that will be there with you when you get home? Some people can go straight home after being discharged from the acute floor, but some people need a little more rehabilitation. It just depends. So
make sure that they're really strong enough to stand. And I always think of all the things they need: lighting in the hallways, better lighting, better all the trip hazards removed, items moved downward. They're not trying to get on a ladder.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Cupboards were never made for women. They were never. When women started doing more design, we were better off because the cabinets came down so we could reach things. But I want to, before we run out of time today, Mike, would you just touch on Kids in Motion just a little bit more?
Sure. We were talking about it earlier. A few things I want to stress. We do ask for children age 3 to 12 every year, and right now I have some 2-year-olds signed up, and I think it's important. We're not going to turn anybody down. One year we had a lady come in with a baby that was, I think, a year and a half. But she got the education she needed. The baby obviously at that point didn't get a lot out of it. They had fun, but she certainly did, and actually sent an email after the event thanking us for that. So that's always kind of stuck in my mind. And I say 12 because I feel that most 13 and 14-year-olds are way too cool to hang out with us on a Saturday morning. They're more. I will stress they're more than welcome, but most of us are just not cool enough to be seen around those kids. But the primary ages are normally 3 to 12, and I'd say the median's probably 7 to 8. We have a lot of 7, 8, 9-year-olds. It is a free event. No hook. No. It's just totally free. The children will receive a T-shirt, first aid kit, a lunch bag, all sorts of things, and some of the presenters are give away things too. Certainly not a required element. We don't ask them to, but some of them want to. But it's just a fun event. It's very nice. When we started this, I wanted to build a program much like it is, and with your help and vision, we've done that. But I'm forever grateful to our administration. They allow this to, most places charge monies for this, and we just don't. Yeah. If we were to even say charge $15 or $20, let's say $20, I have 3 different registrations right now with 5 or more kids. Mm-hmm. So that's real money to anybody.
Right.
And then, $100 bill is a lot of money.
They'd be missing out on that
valuable
information.
Right. I don't want any child, I don't care what their income or economic strata is within the community, I don't want any child to be left out because they couldn't afford to come. Mm-hmm. And I'm very grateful that the hospital allows us to do this.
You. Absolutely. I agree 100% on that.
And BaxterRegional.org, they can go on to BaxterRegional.org, look at our logo, click on it, and then it opens up into the registration page.
Oh, okay. And get all the information that they need.
Yes.
And I always think of, I had the pleasure and the honor one year of taking photos, and I always remember Jan Halligan, our nutritionist, sharing with the children, and I'm thinking for parents especially, the information is so valuable. Here's a wonderful smoothie that you can make with seasonal fruit that's inexpensive, and it's so good for the kids. And watching the kids peel, these little ones peel bananas, and they've all got the gloves that no matter how small they are, they're too big for them. Yeah. But it was just absolutely wonderful to watch the kids getting all of this good information and having fun doing it. So.
Yeah, we let everybody pick their presentation. I don't think I said this earlier. Everybody picks their own presentation. We pick Jan's for her. We won't let her change.
Yeah.
She has to do a smoothie. We don't give her an option. She doesn't want to change it, but if she did, it wouldn't matter. We're not going to let her.
And then they all get to taste what they've made.
Oh, absolutely.
And they just love that.
Yeah, there's not much make you more proud than a 3-year-old or 4-year-old make their own snack, and they're over the moon. Yeah. It's really cool. It's really fun.
Well, Miss Dana, would you please tell us one more time the date, place, and time, and the reservation number so we can make sure we get folks out there?
Absolutely. They can call the office at 424-4710. We've just got a list we're keeping so we can have a head count. It's the 23rd at the Shed Center from 12 to 1.
12 to 1. All right. And it's free.
And it's free, and there will be food.
And And My Kids in Motion.
It's going to be May 18th from 9 to noon. Then we're doing some stuff from noon to 1, but basically 9 to noon is the main program. And it's free as well, no charge whatsoever. BaxterRegional.org will get you signed up.
Okay, and we know we've got Dr. Moore's, Baxter Regional Bone and Joint Associates, his seminars listed on our Facebook page. Both are.
Very nice.
Oh, great.
So check us out on Facebook.
Great.
Thank you both so much for coming in today and joining us for our BRMC's Healthy Connections.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Wonderful to have you both here.
Thanks, Donna.
We'll see you again next week on BRMC's Healthy Connections. Thanks for joining us.